What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with a little bit of an off-the-wall video. Happy Halloween to everybody. I hope that everyone enjoys their Halloween this evening. I put together a video that included Halloween-related items, some fairly frightening and oddball items, and then at the end of the video, I included some rare items that sold here recently that I thought were worth talking about, showing on the channel. As always, thanks to my Patreon supporters, you guys allow me to make more and better videos. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon supporter, it's patreon.com/actionfiguregrader. And this is a little different. We celebrate Halloween pretty heavily here at my household. My kids really enjoy it, and I take them out trick-or-treating. They're loaded up on sugar, and it's hard to get them to bed that night, but we always have a good time. So let's take a look. So first of all, again, I've got some kind of oddball items I've never seen before, and this is one I have no idea what it is. It says Funko Fun Days Funko Freddy Wobbler Bank, and it's got Boba Fett in his hand. No idea what this is, but apparently it's fairly expensive, fairly rare, but it's just really, it's a bizarre item that I thought was worth including on a bizarre holiday. And this one was listed for $4,500 and it sold for $3,600, best offer accepted. Again, if you guys know what this is, by all means, I would love to hear it, but it looks like it's some sort of penny bank. It's got the base right there where you put the money in, but I have never seen this before and have no idea what it is. That kid is awfully creepy looking. It really is. So just another oddball item. Here is a Darth Maul Halloween candy holder, and I just thought this was kind of a funny one. Kind of a cartoon style Darth Maul with a big bowl of sugar confectionaries to get your children all hyped up and out of control. And there were 3 of these available, and all 3 of them sold for $98.05 free shipping. So apparently people still love their Halloween candy holders, and you know, again, I have no idea what this is or where it's from, but Darth Maul apparently enjoys his chocolates. This is a really interesting one. This is a poster, a movie poster for when Star Wars finally released after the breaking of the Cold War in Russia. So this was their strange, very frightening looking poster that was made for the Russian market, and apparently it's fairly rare. It's got lightsabers coming out of a very stylized Darth Vader head. It kind of looks like a robotic lion. So it's just really, really weird. But this was listed for $12,000, but the best offer that was accepted was $1,500. So again, you know, you just never know with some of these international posters how strange they're going to go. And this was for the movie release of A New Hope in Russia. Right after the breaking of the Cold War, they finally got a theatrical release for the original Star Wars films in 1990. And that is how they chose to advertise it. So just a really wild looking poster. I also got a few Halloween costumes. This was an interesting one. This is Fennec Shan's outfit. A pretty great likeness of her. And, you know, pretty impressed with the high quality of this one. It really does kind of look like Fennec Shan's outfit from the Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian. And this seller has 1 still available. 3 of them have sold, and these go for $183 plus $22 shipping. So if you want a kind of turnkey costume and you're a big Fennec Shan fan, there you go. There you go. That's what it costs. There's also one for Chirrut Imwe. This one is maybe not quite as fancy as the Fennec Shan one, but pretty good likeness as well. It's got that kind of weird apparatus on his waistline there, as well as kind of ammo pouches and things like that, but pretty decent likeness, I guess, but it doesn't look super high quality. That one sold for $245. So somebody out there was a big Chirrut Imwe fan, and they wanted to go as him, and that one did sell for pretty big money. This is a really hilarious one, and this is probably one that's near and dear to my heart because Jabba and I, we have a pretty similar likeness, at least these days, with all the Halloween candy I've been putting down in my household. But this is an inflatable, adult-sized Jabba the Hutt outfit. That's pretty hilarious looking. That one sold for $202.50 plus $12.75 shipping. And then I wanted to also dig into some of the Don Post masks. These are fairly famous among Star Wars collectors. Really high quality rubber masks, and this is one for Sebulba from the Phantom Menace. Look how great that likeness is. That is a fantastic likeness. And these masks do tend to command pretty big money on the secondary market now. There's a whole sub community of these collectors that love these masks, and that is a fantastic looking Sebulba mask. That one sold for $125 plus $9.37 shipping. Hopefully whoever bought that is not walking on his hands and legs the way Sebulba did in the Phantom Menace ahead of the pod race. Here is an Admiral Akbar mask, again a Don Post mask with the original tag still attached. That one sold for $265, so they command pretty big money. Here was a used one. This one is the Don Post Greedo mask, and it included the weird kind of suction cup hands that Greedo was known for. I love all the little warts and bubbles on his head there, but pretty awesome mask there. Would be pretty easy to throw on like an orange vest and maybe some a green shirt and some green leotards, and boom, you got yourself a vintage style Greedo outfit. But that one sold for $217.50 plus $16 shipping. Next up, here was a pretty wacky looking kind of head sculpt. This was a Regal Robot CZ3 numbered edition. This is number 41, excuse me. Life-size bust. And correct me if I'm wrong, this head appeared in the Jawa Sandcrawler in A New Hope when R2-D2 and C-3PO were on that Sandcrawler. And then I think also again it appeared in Jabba's dungeon during the scene with EV-99 and the droid being ripped apart, things like that. But what a weird looking collectible. But somebody decided to offload this wacky looking thing. This guy has had way too much caffeine. His eyes and his pupils are quite dilated. So he's definitely hit up Starbucks here lately. What a weird looking item. But anyway, that one sold for $2,250. So these very low numbered Regal Robot head sculpts go for big money. This was an awesome costume. This was a Cad Bane bounty hunter cosplay, or how do you pronounce it? But look how awesome this outfit is. Fantastic mask. It's even got his hat and dual pistols there. Pretty awesome likeness of Cad Bane from the Book of Boba Fett or Clone Wars. That one sold for 800 bones. $800 took that one home plus $25 shipping. And then this was a homemade Halloween costume for some sort of Mandalorian. Look at all the details on this costume. Those wrist gauntlets and all of the armor, custom made, and it looks pretty fantastic. Sort of like a Death Watch Mandalorian with kind of a light gray and green motif, but somebody went the extra mile with the making of this costume. Pretty incredible. Here's a close-up of the wrist gauntlet. Just amazing detail to this outfit. It was listed for $2,800 and it sold for $2,100 was the best offer that was accepted. So again, another kind of turnkey costume. Here's the full outfit. What an incredible job by whoever made this. I guess they took sheet metal and kind of custom made it. I guess they could have used plastics as well for that armor and you know, added kind of the weathering and battle damage to the armor, but a pretty amazing job by that artist. Next up is a trading card that I wanted to show, and to kind of keep in line with the Halloween theme, the name of this card is the Scary Cat. So Halloween's kind of known for witches and scary cats, and that one definitely qualifies. It shows Grogu kind of facing off against this weird looking animal, and it was graded a mint 9 by PSA. And this is a 1-of-1 super refractor. So this is the only one that exists with this kind of yellow refractor border. And again, it was graded PSA 9. It was listed for $2,499. And the best offer that was accepted was $1,100. So to get a 1-of-1 card, you're going to be paying some big money. But that is a pretty weird looking card there and perfect for this Halloween theme. And now we're going to dig into some fairly rare items. I saw this one on Instagram by a collector that finally found this, and apparently he did buy this on eBay, but this was a carded salesman sample of the Gamorrean Guard on a 48 back Zuckuss card back. So it had no grade on there, and here's the label on it. It says Gamorrean Guard salesman sample, no grade. And I don't know why they didn't give it a grade, but I guess because the blister was probably just glued on and they were just sampling to see how the Gamorrean Guard would look inside a blister using an Empire Strikes Back card back. So a pretty incredible, very rare item. You can see some tape right there, so how it was taped onto the blister. So that's probably why it got the no grade. I have seen some salesman samples where it had gone through the manufacturing process and was attached using a factory process. But apparently this salesman sample was just taped on. As you can see there, it's got the Scotch tape on there. But a pretty cool item, and a pre-production item, so to speak, that basically just tests out how well that very heavy figure will last inside the blister. But this one sold for $5,000 plus $8 shipping, and apparently I was reading the Instagram post from the collector who bought that, and it got lost in shipping by UPS, and UPS was not going to pay out the insurance on it. So that was kind of a frightening experience, but apparently it did show up several weeks later, and he posted a photo of it, so I'm glad it did turn up for that collector. But a big number for that one. That one was sold by Brian's Toys, again, for $5,000 plus $8 shipping. And it got lost in the mail by UPS, but it did finally turn up. Another rare item here is a French Meccano square or rectangle card for Yoda. This one was an open bubble, but it included the figure as well as the original blister and the original card back. Lots of wear to the card. You can see here in this photo where the figure was kind of ripped off the card a little bit. Let's see if we can get a better angle. There you go. So there you can see where the blister was partially attached but starting to pull away with the Meccano Yoda inside it. It's still sold for big money, almost $3,000 free shipping. Hopefully that one turned up. That was in Japan, so I you never know with international shipping with free shipping whether that turned up and what kind of shape it did turn up in. But hopefully that collector was able to get that one in hand. But that's a pretty rare item and one you don't see. And here is a very rare item. This was a prototype sample box only for the Atari Revenge of the Jedi Game 1. So, as we all know, the original title of Return of the Jedi was going to be Revenge of the Jedi, and apparently they did make some prototype boxes for a Atari game. And you can see here it says Revenge of the Jedi. It's got a stormtrooper on Endor battling the Ewoks for the Atari and Sears video game system. So again, it was only for the box, but this is a prototype packaging box. It was listed for $2,000, and the offer that was accepted was $1,500. And probably not something you'll ever see again on eBay. This is the first time I've ever seen this for sale anywhere, and pretty cool to have a pre-production item. But again, it's just for a piece of cardboard, and somebody paid $1,500 for that. Finally, I've got some really very rare Indonesian adaptations for the original Star Wars movie. And so this was a series of books that have been graded by CGC. They are dated 1978, and it's called Sanggar Karya. That is the name of the publisher. And this was for the Indonesian market. And as you can see, it's got all of the different Star Wars books with Indonesian art. And here's issue number 2 that is graded 5.0 by CGC. Issue number 1 is graded 4.5, and issue number 3 is graded 7.0. But look how amazing that art is. It's very bootleg-esque. It's got a weird-looking Millennium Falcon attacking the Death Star with a very strange-looking Darth Vader art. But these, I've never seen these before, and pretty interesting that CGC was able to grade those. And those sold in an auction. I didn't even see these get listed, but some very, very rare items. I would imagine that these are extremely rare, and they have rupees. 300 rupees was the price on these. So these were for the Indonesian market again. And these, all three of these were kind of in a lot, and they sold in an auction for $2,550 plus $17 shipping. So again, I've seen some kind of Hungarian bootleg comics that are graded by CGC, but I've never seen these Indonesian market comics. The Blacked Out Ewoks, a fellow YouTuber, he's got some Greek comics for Star Wars, some original Greek comics. So all these different markets had kind of their own market-specific adaptations of the Star Wars story, and these are as rare as it gets, and pretty cool to see these sell in an auction. Anyway, that's all I really had for this video. Just something a little off the wall to show you some rarities, as well as some very odd and very frightening items out there for Halloween. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.